Hey guys, today I want to talk about having schizophrenia in a day-to-day life and how I deal with it. As a schizophrenic person myself, I've been diagnosed by a doctor. I do not self-diagnose, okay? But here are a few things about how I deal with it. Okay. So, I have insomnia as well. It's part of the schizophrenia, so sometimes it can get pretty hard to sleep. So what I used to have to take sleeping medication, but now I've kind of learned the art of sleeping, and occasionally I get bad dreams, but as any other person, but my bad dreams may differ from your bad dreams as any other person. Like, I may dream about overdosing or fainting, as I have fainting spells sometimes. It's not part of schizophrenia, I just have fainting spells, and I may have nightmares about my past bullying, or like regular things I don't consider scary, as for the fact that I've seen them like daily. So on bad days I'll like go to school, usually pretend we're not having coronavirus, so I'd go to school. That would be kind of a trigger, and the school was where I mostly got bullied, made fun of, all that. The usual, but it was just pretty bad, so pretty severe, so yeah. And then on bad days I'd see a few hallucinations. I'd see one called Mary, who started out as an imaginary friend and then turned kind of evil. One called Anna. I don't like to call them pronouns. It is very, it doesn't look like a human. It kind of looks like a scaly, hairless cat, if that makes sense. A super skinny, starved, scaly, hairless cat. And it's got like balding hair. It's pretty freaky to see, especially when it comes up to you and it's just like, yeah, how uncomfortable did that feel? Imagine that for an entire class period. And there's Anna. And then there is one more, I think its name is Annabelle. First saw it in a school bathroom. And then in math class, it was pretty freaky, as it said it was from a war, didn't specify which one, and that it died in a fire, and it told me a lot of things. I can't remember them, but there are also even worse days where I'll start like doing this weird up motion, then across motion, then up motion, kind of like I'm hailing something, but I'm not hailing anything. I'm just in a really bad state, and it's really hard to talk me out of it. You have to usually I'll get a few stares, well, a lot of stares if someone sees me, because I look psychotic, and I look ready to kill, but I'm not, because truth is, not all schizophrenics are absolutely out of their mind. That's if you don't get the right medicine in time, or you stop taking your medicine, or you start doing drugs. And it can get pretty freaky for me too, because even though I'm used to it, it's still scary, because like, even though you're used to it, you're still kind of not. It's not something you really get used to. You're just like, oh, that's happening again. Freaking out. Like, I used to see the bodies of my family members just hanging from the ceiling, and I'd grab them, and I'd physically be able to feel them, and my friend would have to be like, hey, there's nothing there. Look at me. Don't look at them. There's nothing there. Like, literally snap in my face, just like, no, there's nothing there. And I'd be like, then why can I feel it? He's like, that's a cause, that's part of it. Like, he did research for it, because it's very difficult, I imagine, to deal with someone with schizophrenia. But it's not like they just like woke up one day like, I want to be schizophrenic for the rest of my life and have something that makes people judge me and possibly ruin my life. It's like, no one wants to choose that. I know some people do for attention, and that like absolutely irritates me, because like, it's not a fun disease to have. No disease is fun to have. Okay? It's not. And it's really hard to diagnose, especially if you're not like 13. So I've had this since I was like 9. And imagine a 9-year-old seeing things. Yeah, you'd be freaked out too, right? As a 9-year-old. Just go back to your place as a 9-year-old. If you are 9 or younger, imagine you're like 9. And you're seeing all these things, and it causes so much stress, and nobody believes you. So you end up like doing self-harm, such as slamming your head on the table, choking yourself, and you're 9. You don't understand it. You just know, hey, this kind of makes them go away. And as schizophrenic, they'll tell you to do bad things to yourself for other people. Like, you should hurt that person. And mainly, for me, it's because those people care about me and they want to be the only ones in my life. And they'll be like, you should kill this person, or you should hurt this person, or you should hurt yourself, or the only way to make us go away. Or there used to be this really popular one where there's a prophecy where I was a child of something, I don't know, but I had to kill everyone in the world and then myself. How would a 10-year-old do that? Because I was 10 or 11 at the time. No idea, but that's what they told me, and it was pretty freaky, to be honest. I'd go home like, oh, they were talking to me again. Now, when you're little, I'd say my parents would tell me these stories about how I would say I'd do something wrong, and then they'd be like, why'd you do that? And I'd tell them, oh, they told me to do it, and they wouldn't believe me, because, like, they think, oh, she's just making up excuses. No, I'm not saying my parents are bad. They're amazing parents, just a really difficult disease to understand. So that's kind of why I'm making this video too, to help people understand that this is kind of a serious disease. Well, not kind of, it is a serious disease, and it can affect your day-to-day life. Now, my day is like any other day, usually. When the medicine starts working, sometimes I'll go to a psychiatrist and they'll be like, okay, tell me about what's happening. Are you hurting yourself? Are you seeing anything? And you have to be 100% honest, which I sometimes wasn't. I will admit that, because I either didn't understand it, I was scared, or I didn't want to go to the mental hospital. Because here's the thing, I went to a mental hospital. Well, I will say that to another video, but mental hospitals can be different. And the one I went to was kind of bad, so that's why I didn't want to go. But yeah, and then on good days I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll just get through my day normally. Maybe I'll have a panic attack, and those aren't rare, honestly, especially in big crowded spaces. Or I also have PMDD, which means when I'm on my period, it's extreme. So when I'm on my period and having a bad schizophrenia episode, it's like the day is over for everyone around me. Just run. No, not really. It's just like everything feels hopeless. I feel angry at everybody. So even with schizophrenia, I still go to sleep sometimes and wonder, why did I have to get this disease? I mean, did I do something wrong? But at the end of the day, I know I didn't do anything wrong. I was just born with it, or it developed because of the bullying or another traumatic experience, and it's not my fault, and that's something you have to accept as a schizophrenic person, or any person with mental disability. It's not your fault. So that's just a few things about it. Just remember to keep going, guys, and I love you all, and stay safe. Bye.